I like to suggest people have a toolbox, and to think of their toolbox not just in a mental health kind of way, but to think about it as stretching across the breadth and the full scope of who you are as a person and what helps you, what are the things that you know rejuvenates you and gives you energy. And I think Chaplain Tahara talked about prayer and spiritual practices. And so, I don't always like the idea that our toolbox should be sort of like pre-made and handed to us, but that we do some work to really identify what are the things that feed me and what are the things that rejuvenate me. For some people, going out and hanging out with a bunch of people is not rejuvenating. It depletes their energy. And for other people, finding spaces to pray, connect to the divine. In my case, my Christian faith is a huge, huge part of my toolbox. When I haven't prayed after several days, I start to feel it in my body. And so I can't take what's in someone else's toolbox and say, okay, that's what I'm going to use when it doesn't necessarily fit with what my needs are. Certainly get help if you need support, whether from a therapist, a psychiatrist. Medications are not bad. We talked about, stressors and the external affecting our bodies. I think it's really important to know that that idea of the biopsychosocial spiritual is interdependent on one another. And if you're having psychological pain and suffering, that can turn into hypertension and diabetes and obesity and we have extensive research that shows these things. And that's why it's so important not to really dichotomize ourselves as like, this is my body and this is, my spirit over here, but to really remember that in many ways, when I'm talking about this toolbox, it really should cut across the different domains of who you are as a person and what, feeds you.